Hey everyone, Sim Pilot Spud here. Today we're going to be doing a flight from London Heathrow, Dublin, and looking at about an airtime of 44 minutes. And I think for the weather, most part, it's going to be pretty much just like this, nothing too crazy. So weather shouldn't be a big issue. So I think everything is all set up here. We're going to be obviously flying the long-awaited Aer Lingus livery that I've been waiting for a really long time, so I'm finally glad that it's finally here, and it looks really good. So I think we are all set, so let's go ahead and get started. Let's go ahead and get our batteries on. Strobe set to automatic. And let's see. Alright, let's go ahead and get the jetway connected. And get our power supply. And we are all connected. And also that's a new thing too, I noticed that they added in, you can master warning and master caution, which is really cool. I like how they updated that. Alright, so let's go ahead and get plugged in here. Today we're flying from Heathrow, which is EGLL, to Dublin, EIDW. Plug that in. Wait for it to load. There we go. Ultimate route is going to be Liverpool, and that is EGCC. Flight number is EIN. Actually, let me check the flight plan real quick. Yep. It's EIN 155. Whoops. Double clicked it. EIN 155. Alright, cost index for this flight is going to be 5, and cruising we're going to be at 360, so it's a quick flight. We're not going to be too, we'll be cruising for a little bit, so it should be pretty quick. Let's check to make sure our performance is going to be set up. Alright, so block fuel, what is our block fuel supposed to be? Okay, so 11,000, so let me go ahead and call the fuel truck. This is all set, and let's go ahead and get our flight plan set up. So we're going to be using the CPT 3F star, or sorry, SID, my mistake. We're going to be doing 27 right. CPT3F. Give it a second to load. There we go. Go ahead and insert so there's no transition. And that should get us set up so far. Just check our plan real quick to make sure it should be pretty much coming straight out. Yep. Alright, so looking good. So then after CPT, let's go ahead and click on that, and we're going to be using the airway UL9. So let's go ahead and put UL9, and then we're going to take that to Kennet. Plug that in, should be good. For some reason the points after are actually in the database, so even if I plugged them in, it wouldn't even register. So we're just going to skip directly over a few points and just go straight to our star point. Just for some reason, it's just not in the sim, which is really interesting to me. It's the first time I've seen that. The fuel truck is outside. Yep, there it is. So yeah, the block fuel we needed was 11,249 pounds. Really cool A380 over there at the Emirates. And yeah, so I've been basically just recovering from being sick, so I haven't been able to upload anything. So, and also my voice just wasn't really 100%. So if I was going to be talking, it just wouldn't really sound that good. So it's good to actually be doing this stuff again. So you know, haven't uploaded in a while. So, but now things should be pretty much back to normal. So let's go ahead and get 11,000. Whoop. I say that's good. 25. And now let's go ahead and turn on our fuel pumps. Super excited to be flying this route. I've been wanting to do this for a long time. Okay, so let's go ahead and finish up our flight plan. Okay, so yeah, so after the points after that are supposed to be Airways N14 to Maydog, and then L18 to Ablin, but for some reason those points just don't work, so we're just going to go direct from this point to Ablin, which is fine. Just go direct from Kennet to Ablin. Insert that. And then once we are there, then we can go ahead. So let's just double check to make sure that we're good so far. Good to me. So yeah, it's going to be a bit weird just going straight, but I mean, obviously that's all we can do. Alright, so now we're good. So now we're going to go to our arrival, and we're going to be using ILS 28 left. And we're going to be using the Ablin. Interesting. So it wants me to use 2x. Sometimes it does 2L. But this time I think 2x is what they're using currently. So let me just double check the approach plate real quick. So let's go to Ablin 2x and just find it real quick just to verify what we're getting into, to see if maybe if we need to do 2L or 2x. So that looks fine to me. Okay, so that's fine. So let's go ahead and do 2x. So that's just because that's what's on our flight plan. No vias, just going to be straight in star. Nice, easy approach. Let's go ahead and insert that. And now we will see that things are looking good. Alright, let's just always double check to make sure there's any weirdnesses on the flight plan. If you guys are wondering how I'm pulling up the map without using this bar to pull up this, just hit V on your keyboard, just a little quick shortcut. Makes life a lot easier. So straight to Kennet, we're going to be flying straight to Ablin, Ikram, Lipko, Peacock, Sivna, then Latmo, Maxiv. So we'll be capturing the localizer around this general area. So we should be at 3,000 at Latmo, which is correct. Maxiv is 2,500, correct. Okay. That's good. Let's go ahead and set up our performance. Let's go ahead and get the package set. Okay, so transit altitude 6,000, that's correct. Clear skies, dry runway, so we're going to do flaps 1. And let me just go ahead and plug in the information into my calculator. So we're taking off from EGLL on runway 27 right. Outside temperature is 9 degrees Celsius. Let's go to our takeoff weight here and get our kilograms. So let's go ahead and go 122,392 divided by 2.205. That gets us 55,506. 55,506. Also, if you're wondering how I get these calculations, is I go to the website. It's called fstools.tech. And that basically gets you your V1, VR, and V2 and your flex to temp. That's basically how I get the information. The VR speeds, I don't think they're 100% accurate, but it's close enough. Okay, so 55. So let me go ahead and calculate here. So flex to temp is 54, and then our V1 is going to be 122. VR is 126, and our V2 is 129. Okay, turns altitude 6,000, flex to temp, flaps 1. Let's see what's going on out here. Alright, so they're pretty much finishing up. Let's go ahead and switch to that. We plug in, let's double check to make sure our VORs and radio information is set. So let's just double check the ILS frequency. Let's go to EIDW. Let's check right here. ILS 28 left, and the ILS frequency is 111. Yep, that's all set. And then the Dublin VOR is 114.9, and the I think Heathrow's is 113.6, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. Alright, we're all looking good. Let's go ahead and set our flight level. It's going to be 360. Everything is looking good. Okay, everything's looking good to me, so let's go ahead and start our APU. Just double check everything, make sure if we're looking good in it. That's all set. Flight plan set. Okay. Go back to performance. Let me pull up our other information here. Let's see, GLL is okay, so I got the information. And we are ready for pushback. Okay. Let's go ahead and turn on engine start. Let's disconnect our parking brake. Let's go at engine number 2. And I'm gonna start our turn. ones are looking good. So let's start engine number 1. Alright, just double checking our flight plan, making sure I know what I'm getting into. Everything's looking good to me. Alright, let's go ahead to flaps 1. Arm speed brakes, set that back to normal, and we can turn off our APU. Turn on our lights. Alright, everything's looking neat to start our taxi to the runway. Disconnect our brakes. Let's go ahead and get our, hold on one second. Alright. Alright, we are ready. I was kind of hoping for a little bit more rain or a little bit more weather, but I'll take clear skies for a good day of flying. Doesn't look like there's going to be too much wind on the takeoff. We're only getting 7-knot crosswinds, so not too bad. So we're going downhill a little bit, so we're picking up a little bit of speed. But yeah, so with the whole, yeah, I've been just basically just getting over being sick and changing job locations, so my schedule has been pretty all over the place, and then I'm only just now being able to like actually just, you know, mellow out and actually just get back into a routine. So yeah, my voice was just like, every time I would talk, it just sounded like I was just like dying pretty much. So nothing too serious, it was just like a cold, but it really affected my throat. So, but everything's good now, so I'm glad that I'm able to get back on here. And it's tough because on YouTube I can't really make any like announcements or anything of things that I'm doing, so it's kind of hard to keep everyone in the loop, but hopefully this will just kind of get things back to normal. And I'm actually over 100 subscribers, which I never thought was going to be even possible. So I was just uploading these things, you know, all these videos and stuff just for fun and just, you know, just having fun with it. So I'm so thankful that you guys are actually enjoying it and find it entertaining, and you know, hopefully just keep uploading and just keep doing the same thing. It just sucks because it's like, you know, I wish I could PC. I know you can have like better mods and stuff like that, so it'd be really cool to do a lot of different other types of videos for this. But I'm going to be trying to uploading more things and trying to do a little bit more tutorials on how to like do a flight planning and stuff. It's just hard to get like pictures of the actual flight plan itself up onto the screen, so it'd just be easier for me to like give a lesson on it, because it can get pretty complicated, and it's like I want to make sure that I'm giving you guys the right information and doing it the best way possible. So I'll try to definitely figure something out for it. Or if you guys have anything else you'd like me to see, or just anything that you guys want to see, I can definitely do that as well. So let me just go ahead and get stopped right here. Get ready for our departure. Alright, so ground spoilers are armed, flaps are set. Let's see, our altimeter is at 1026. Alright, let's go ahead and turn on our landing lights. Set those to takeoff, set strobes on, and we are all good. Everything's looking good. All lights above are extinguished, so we're doing good. Everything is looking good to me. Alright, let's say we're ready for takeoff. One thing I'd wish that Forsumers would do for their livery packs is like maybe update them to have like a little bit more wear and tear on the airframe model. I think it'd be really cool to see like some dirt and stuff from like, you know, just debris of like just, you know, every wear and tear. I think it'd be really nice. I just feel like the planes just look too clean. It looks like they just came off the factory line, so I think it'd be cool to actually get just a little bit more variation and make it a little bit more weathered. I think that'd be really nice. I've never been on a plane that's looked 100% spotless, so I think it'd be a really cool thing if they added. Let's go ahead and get that set. I think we'll do a rolling takeoff. % stable. Let's go ahead and go for flex. Knots. V1. Rotate. Positive climb. Gear up. Nice shot of Heathrow coming out. Let's go ahead and get flaps up. Go ahead and get our autopilot 1 set. I noticed ever since the update, it seems like the takeoff seems to be a lot more extreme in its angle. Like, it seems to be super high now. It seems like I'm taking off in a rocket ship or something. I'm not sure if that's... I mean, look at that. I'm already super high above the ground. I'm not really sure if that's 100% accurate, but I mean, that's how it wants me to... Just following the display, it almost wants me to go at a 20-degree angle on the takeoff, so it's interesting. We set our altimeter distance, we're past 6,000. And we should be reaching our top of climb pretty soon, so I do like the fact that you can reach your top of climb a lot faster, so I'm not complaining about that. Nice easy departure, no real turbulence or anything, so it should be a pretty smooth flight and hopefully a smooth arrival. Let me check the weather at Dublin. So Dublin is exactly the same, so not even a heavy crosswind. The crosswind's only at 6 knots, so it should be a pretty good approach. And 1,000, so we can turn off our landing lights. Disarm those. We can turn off our terrain and turn off auto brakes. Everything's looking good to me. Flight level is set. Now we're just cruising. But one thing I've noticed is how smooth the sim actually is since the latest update, which is really good. I mean, I'm able to I remember in the last couple of videos I've done, the switching between cameras can get kind of glitchy and just seems like it's about to crash, but it can. Now I can jump between cameras pretty quickly. I'm just so happy they have Aer Lingus finally in the sim. I love it, and it looks really good. It'd be cool if they had the old livery, like the old school one, with the green and the white on the bottom. I love that one a lot. The new one looks good. I mean, I like the new one as well, but it'd be cool to have the retro livery, I guess as they call it now. I think some planes in circulation still have it, but obviously all newer airlines are trying to be as simple as possible, and they've gotten rid of that. A lot of airline companies used to have like the 3 bands or like a line going into the middle of the plane, but recently just been getting rid of all that and just trying to make it, it seems like designs nowadays are just getting simpler and simpler, so it's simpler the better, it seems. Yeah, and also, yeah, like I said before, I'm just, glad that you guys have been enjoying the content, and thank you just for the support. And yeah, more than 100 subscribers, and I've only been doing the videos for about a month and a half, almost 2 months now, so it's, yeah, definitely more than I expected. And I think people are going to be super interested in the videos. I was just doing it just for fun, because I know some people like them, so if you guys are enjoying it, that's pretty much what matters. Everything's looking good so far. And if you guys are watching this on YouTube and everything, it'd be cool, like if you guys want to follow the Twitch channel and stuff, because you guys will get alerted when I'm going live, so you guys can come in and just message and chat while I'm flying. And if you guys have any questions, you guys can ask me directly, and I could be able to help you guys out if you guys have any questions about anything. So I think it'd be really fun. And also make the flights a lot more fun too, so then I can do a little bit longer distance flights, and it, just wouldn't be talking to myself the whole time. So I think it'd be really fun. And my Twitch name is exactly the same as my YouTube name, and if you guys, I always link it into my description, so you guys can easily follow it. And you guys can just download the app onto your phone and just watch the videos off your phone. So it's like you don't even have to have the computer, so it just makes it a lot easier, which is really fun. Everything's looking good. I mean, these flights are super simple, super easy. It's just pretty much just sitting back and relaxing for most of it. And now we're turning into our main leg here. We're flying this for another 150 miles. But it does go fast. But see how much quicker you can get up to your top of climb now? It's only been here for a few minutes and I'm already almost there. And also, if anyone's new watching this video, and you guys are wondering reviews, I have a video of that on my channel as well. So you guys go look through my videos, you can find it. I'm telling you, once you get these camera reviews working, it makes it so much more fun to actually just get some cool views, and just makes the flight a little bit more interesting. go ahead and turn off our seatbelt sign. But I'm so, it's nice to see that the sim is a lot more smoother, so hopefully it's smoother for a lot of people. I know a lot of people have been saying that theirs isn't as good, so I'm not sure if it has something to do with the system that they're on, or their internet, or if it's just the corrupt files. I'm not really sure. It seems to be, luck of the draw with a lot of stuff, but I know for me is like, as long as you keep your stuff as simple as possible with add-ons, I think it runs a lot better. The only add-ons I use is just a couple of airports, liveries obviously, and then the regional airport vehicles and stuff like that for like every region, and that's pretty much it. Like, I don't use any weather add-ons, I don't have any scenery add-ons or anything like that. It's just pretty much almost as default as possible. I've noticed that works really well. And if you guys are having problems, try deleting some add-ons and do some test runs, because I had an add-on of the jetways, like those custom jetways, and ever since I had that, I've noticed that it would definitely my sim would always crash right before I was able to even get to the airport. So I noticed ever since I got rid of that, it's been fine. Our Mach speed now. Even the detail, I've noticed it's a lot clearer, especially the higher you're up. I noticed before sometimes the textures would look very blurry, but it looks pretty good now. I noticed everything to come out with seems to be pretty good. A couple of bugs here and there, but nothing too bad from what I've seen. Sounds like we are reaching our main cruising speed, which we are about to hit our flight level now. So we're now in our cruise phase. And as we start our descent, I'll probably start descending here shortly. Actually, hold on, let me see. So let's check our points here real quick. IDW. Let's go to the approach place for Avalon 2X. So at ICRUM we need to be at flight level 90, which is correct. So I'm gonna descend to this point here. So it'll be at, cruising down. As long as we're below 10,000, we should be fine. So I'll start our descent probably around 90 miles. It's usually a good descent point to get to 10,000. Just getting a slight headwind, but nothing too bad, so it shouldn't be slow us down. So it should be a very quick flight. I mean, the airtime set at 44 minutes, so I'm fine with that. View outside. check our progress. Looks like we're doing pretty good. Obviously, this isn't a realistic approach into this. Obviously not realistic at all. But like I said before, I tried typing in those points, and it's just not. It just says on the MCDU, it just says the points aren't even in the database. And I've tried, you know, just entering them in manually into the direct points, and yeah, it doesn't even work. So I don't know. It happens. I mean, obviously, Flight Simulator can't get all of the points. I mean, that's the first time I've ever seen a point not actually in the database. But it is an actual point. For some reason, it's just those airways and stuff just doesn't let me connect it, but that's fine. As long as the main approach points are accurate, and the departing points are fine, then that's all that really matters. It's pretty much just cruising at this point. And if anyone's ever flown Aer Lingus, let me know, because I've flown on that airline so many times and I've never had a single problem with them. So I'm just so happy that they're actually in here, and I love flying into the Dublin airport, and I'm using that Dublin airport add-on, so I highly recommend it if you do lots of flights in Europe, or if you just like the Dublin airport. I highly recommend you get that add-on that's on the marketplace. I haven't had any issues using it at all. And another video I'm going to be doing soon is a flight from Vegas to LA, and that one's going to be nice too, because I recently re-downloaded the airport add-on, and that one was giving me problems before too, but then I figured out a workaround to actually get it to work. So once I upload that video, I'll explain it to you guys once I'm actually in it, because I highly recommend that add-on as well if you fly into Vegas. So now that it's up and running, now I'll be doing a lot more flights into Vegas, because I found like the default airport for that was just awful. Like, it looked nothing like it at all. And the airport add-on looks really good. So once I do the other video, I'll do like a quick tour of the airport so you guys can check it out and see if you guys want to download it for yourself. Alright, so we're probably going to start descent pretty soon. I'll be setting up my approach phase. So I'll be getting all the information that I need. Just get that ready to go. So far, it's a really smooth flight. It's nice to get some solid weather, you know, a nice day for flying. Last times, I mean, most of the time I do flights in like any Europe flight that I've been doing, it's just been, you know, windy, which is nice. It's a nice change. So it's good to see a little bit of a difference. Should be coming up to our descent point pretty soon. Okay, I would say let's go ahead and drop down to 9. Let's do a descent of a little bit of a headwind. I think 1800 should be good. And let's go turn our fasten seatbelt signs on. And let's get our approach set. Alright, so trans altitude for Dublin is 5,000, which is correct. Let's get the MDA is 670. Decision height is going to be 402. One thing I've noticed with the recent update, they added in the minimum callouts for the 747, 787, which is really cool. I wish they had done it for this, because obviously the points that I'm inputting, that's when the GPWS would call out minimums when you hit your minimums. So I think it's cool that they added it to the Boeing planes, but not the Airbus, which I find interesting. So hopefully eventually they'll do it. I just don't know why they haven't done it to this one yet, but it would really be really nice if they did do it. Okay, so let's go ahead and check our QNH for Dublin. Let's pull up my map. So that QNH is 30.24. And temperature is 8 degrees. And the wind hasn't changed. So we're still getting 6 knots at 140. So it should be a nice approach into there, nothing too crazy. The crosswinds can get pretty bad. Alright, our approach phase is set, and now we're just monitoring our descent. So now it's adjusting itself to our descent speed. Let's go ahead and drop this down a little bit more. Just monitor our descent at this point. I'm excited for this landing. Yeah, I mean, as you can tell, it's super smooth. Like panning the camera around, it used to kind of lag a lot, but now it's really good. Oops, not the camera I wanted. There we go. So yeah, if you guys want to, come and, chat with me while I'm flying, definitely follow my Twitch. I only have 7 followers on my Twitch account, so compared to my YouTube, it's a huge difference. Obviously, I know some people just don't download the app, but like it's super easy because I have it, and I just you just download it, and then you guys get notifications if you subscribe, then you can get notifications in your email saying that I'm going live. So I think it's only when you pass 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, that's when you can actually start posting like community posts and stuff, so I could like let everyone know. So I still got a ways to go for that. I think it's kind of stupid how you have to have 1,000 just to like post something, like saying like, oh, I'm going to be going live today in like 30 minutes, or you guys get alerts and stuff like that. So I think it should be available to anyone, because obviously the followers that I have, I want you guys to be up to date with everything that's going on. Instagram is a good point for me to update things. So if you guys follow the Instagram too, it's so you guys want to stay updated and what's going on, what flights I'm doing, or what's going on with just anything in general. So yeah, if you guys follow the Twitch, that would be awesome, because then we can talk and pretty much just chat while I'm flying. So if you guys have any questions, I can answer them, because I know like sometimes I do get back to pretty much every comment that you guys leave, and if you guys have questions, I try to help out as much as I can. So I want to make sure you guys are getting the best experience out of the sim as well. because I know when it works correctly, it is the best feeling. So we got some cloud cover over Dublin, which is pretty much as to be expected. I don't think I've ever flown into Dublin in clear skies. Even in real life, it's always just, there's always a cloud hanging over it. I don't know what this area is. If anyone knows, pull up the map real quick. It's a really nice hill region. It's just interesting because every time I fly over like England, it's just pretty much flat. So it's nice to see. It's interesting to see it like some hills or mountain range right there. So if anyone knows what that is, really nice. I'm not really too familiar with a lot of the places in England. And it just shows you how close England is to Ireland, because you can see it's just like literally right there. Let's go ahead and hold this speed. 240 is a pretty good descent rate, because yeah, once you pass below, you have to fly at least 250 knots or below, so 240 is pretty good. And then once we pass below 5,000, I'll switch to our correct altimeter. I find it interesting that it's just based on, every airport has a different trans altitude. I like the fact that in America, it's just 18,000 across the board. It just doesn't matter where you're flying, it's always 18,000 to switch between pressures. So it's, I think they said that the aviation, I don't know what their group is called or whatever, but they're definitely trying to change it so they do have a set altitude, so it's not different depending on the region or airport. So I think that'd be a really cool idea. It just makes it easier, because it's just, okay, once I'm below 18,000, alright, that's it. And then once I'm over 18,000, just switch to standard. So it's just interesting. And it's always super low, so I don't know, like, if there's the reason, I'm not sure what the reasoning is behind it, but I just know that flying in the US is just 18,000 across the board. I can drop to, there we go, about 40 miles away from where we need to be, so I just need to drop 11,000. So we're doing good. Let's slow down our descent just a little bit. Seem to be doing good so far. Also, I wish they would fix the weather radar on this, because obviously there's no weather to display, but it still hasn't, like, when you turn on the weather, it just has the clouds, and they don't update, so it just stationary. So I wish they would fix that. I don't know why they can't do it. I mean, obviously PC has it, but I just don't know why they can't do it on Xbox. I mean, I don't think it's that much of a crazy update to add. They said they fixed it in the patch notes, but I don't know if that was for PC or they didn't really specify, so I was excited when I read the patch notes with the latest update. Like, oh, they said they've updated the weather so it updates in real time. I was like, oh yeah, they finally added it, but no, I checked it and I did tests and yeah, it doesn't work. still just does the same thing. It just has, if you flick it on, it just has them, just has everything stationary. So it's just really weird. I don't know why they don't update that. I'd be surprised if they said that's something, a hardware limitation, but I'm just like, really, for something like that? Getting pretty close to where we need to be soon. Still making some pretty good time. And we're just maintaining 9,000 for a little bit, and then obviously 3,000 is, we usually catch the localizer in between these 2 points. So as long as we're at 3,000, we're good. It would be cool if they had the wear and tear, because like obviously you get some dirt coming out of the engines, and you'd see like build up on the wings and stuff like that. I think it'd be really nice. I just don't like how clean everything looks. And maybe add a little bit more wear and tear into the cockpit. I mean, does have some, especially on the windows when you have the light hitting it in a certain way, you can see it. Still wish some of these things would work. Or doing your tests and everything, just nothing seems to work. It's just annoying to me, but alright, we're getting pretty close to where we need to be, and then we just gotta monitor our descent, and then it should be a smooth approach coming in. We're coming into some clouds, which will be nice, so, but it doesn't seem like there's too much turbulence. Let me check the weather, see if it updated. I updated 14 minutes ago, and weather has not really changed at all. So, should be expecting a pretty smooth approach, hopefully. See if the live weather actually works in this correctly. Which I will see. Go ahead and just slow down a bit here. Alright, drop it down to 40. Once we're below 10,000, we'll turn on our landing lights and everything, so that should be good. Alright, we are below 10. Let's go and turn our landing lights on. Our speed is good, so we don't have to worry about that. We're pretty much just cruising for a little bit, and then we'll be at 3,000 will be our next major point of descent. And then, yeah, 5,000 is our transition altitude, so we don't have to worry about that. We're pretty much just holding here for a little bit. Start descending slowly soon until we get a little bit closer to 20 nautical miles to 3,000. Should be good. I really wish the minimum decision height would be called out. It's still a thing that I wish. I mean, they did it for the Boeing, so like I said, hopefully they come out with an update to actually add it in. Still doing good. Alright, I'm going to, let's probably start our descent, so let's go to drop to 3. 800 should be good. Yeah, I mean, as you can see, it's just a pretty smooth, I mean, which is nice. Usually around this point, it's just like covered in clouds or it's raining and windy. So it's good to see it's not too crazy. Landing system. There we go. VOR. I think the VOR has been up for a while, but it's good to see that they're working. Let's go ahead and drop a little bit more. I'll be flying into this nice little cloud cover right here. We'll be switching back our altimeter pretty soon. Always love flying into clouds. Alright, let's go ahead and switch back to 1024. Let's keep that descent rate. Things should be fine. We'll be starting our turn into the main approach. And there's Hoth right there. I used to go over there and I would see the planes coming into this same exact flight path. They would get pretty low to the water too. It's always around here that it gets pretty bumpy. Alright, so we're at 3,000. Good, so now we're just pretty much just holding here until we capture the localizer and then we should be set. Dropping our speed, let's drop it to about 220. Just to get us to slow down a bit. And we're going into our main turn. And once we're about 10 miles away, I'll drop the first set of flaps. Just make sure everything's all set. Ground spoiler is armed. Outer brakes are armed. Lights are good. Let's go ahead and drop to our managed speed. And there's the airport right in front of us. Let's go ahead and drop our first set of flaps. And let's go ahead and arm approach in a second once the diamonds get close. Alright, we got the localizer and we got the glide slope. Let's go ahead and drop another set. So there's Hoth right there. So I would see the planes. I'd be standing right over there and seeing the planes coming right in. Let's go ahead and drop our landing gear. And we'll be hand flying it in a little bit. Let's go ahead and go flaps 3. Let's go ahead and go for flaps full. Let's go ahead and disengage autopilot. We can hand fly it at this point. Got a little bit of a crosswind, but not too bad. It said it was going to be at around 7, so it looks like it's dropping. Just try to level it out a little bit. Alright. Pressure's on, decel. Alright. I would say that was a pretty smooth landing. Let's go ahead and bring our spoilers back up. Once we're off the runway, we can turn off our lights. And it just feels so good to be bringing an Aer Lingus plane into this airport. Okay, go ahead and turn off all of our systems here. We don't need those. Turn on terrain. Everything's looking good. Okay. I think they did a really good job with the airport scenery. Everything looks really good. Be taxiing to our gate right over there. go ahead and get ready for our turn here. Yeah, as you can see, it's a pretty good airport for the for an add-on, so I really like it. It's very accurate. It's better than whatever the default was, that's for sure. I'll be parking up right over here. Alright, let's go ahead and get the jetway connected. We can turn off our engines. Okay. Let's do that. I can turn on the fuel pumps. External power on. Turn the beacon. Actually, yep. There we go. Turn off those. Alright, let's get our power set and baggage. Alright. I just love that shot. It just feels good just having Aer Lingus playing in the Dublin airport. There we go. I thought I clicked it, but I don't know what happened. Oh, it was supposed to, yeah, I was sparring them, and that's what happened. Alright. There you go. You got the classics. I like how they have the sign up. Everything looks really good. Oops. Get a good shot of it from far away. There you go. Looks really good. Alright then. So that was the long-awaited flight to Dublin that I've been mentioning. I was hoping it was going to be coming out as soon as they released that livery, so I'm glad that it's finally here. And yeah, just a huge thank you to, like, you know, finally passing 100 subscribers. That was just, you know, shocking to me. I didn't think people would be really into the stuff that I'm making, so it's, you know, it's good to see that, you know, people are enjoying it, and I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. And, you know, I'll be doing a lot more videos, and obviously I was sick and just getting over that, so I don't think anyone wants to hear me with a voice like that, so I'm just glad that things are looking up now. So yeah, thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate it. And if you guys have any questions or comments, just obviously just plug them into the video, and I'll get back to them as soon as I can. And I'm just glad you guys are enjoying it, and thank you so much to everyone who's been supporting me, and it's been such a fun time. So yeah, didn't expect it to be like this, so I'm just glad that people are enjoying it. Alright guys, I will be uploading this pretty soon, so you'll see it on YouTube. And thank you for everyone. Like, again, I know I keep saying thank you, but honestly, yeah, huge thank you. And I'll be seeing you guys in the next video. So as always, stay safe, happy flying, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Alright guys,